In this video, we're going to answer the question, what is an entrepreneur? The real truth about being an entrepreneur. This video is part of a series that addresses the real truth about what it takes to be an entrepreneur. But we're not going to offer just one answer. We're going to hear several modern entrepreneur perspectives. This video presents selected, curated answers from various online forums. These answers are unedited and unfiltered, so it may get a little interesting and a little dicey. Some answers may even shock you, so keep your seatbelt fastened and your mind opened. You should know that I am a true serial entrepreneur. That means I've started, traded, purchased, or sold many businesses over the years. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I've learned many ways to crash and burn, and a few ways to make a lot of money. I have a bachelor's in business and marketing and a bachelor's in economics and computer science. It's as if the modern entrepreneur and internet marketing were invented just for me. I'm also a former professor of e-commerce at a major California state university, and I authored the textbook that I taught. I've built multiple million-dollar online and offline companies, and it's my sincerest hope that I can help you do so as well. My goal is to share knowledge, resources, and experience from myself and others to help those who want to actively pursue their entrepreneurial goals and endeavors. One of my own endeavors includes artificial intelligence. The responses to our question today will be answered through the use of an AI reader. I'll join in again after we've heard the answers. Who knows, I might even jump in and make a few editorial comments along the way. Be sure to watch this video to the end, because I'm going to give you a free gift, and you can only get it if you actually watch the whole video. Trust me, it's a treasure, and you won't want to miss it.
Here is our first answer to the question. What is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur, by common definition, is someone who manages and organizes an enterprise usually at great risk. Consider this. What do you have in your home? A fridge, freezer, microwave, television, lights, etc. These all came about because someone invented it. Imagine the thought process, a light bulb moment and trying to sell the idea to others. By nature, people are generally skeptical when someone invents something. Imagine the frustrations. One wonders, why do people do it? If someone did not take the initiative, would we have the material things today which most times we take for granted? Whether you believe you can do a thing or not, you're right. Henry Ford. Here's a thought. Did you know that this creative urge exists in all of us? We all can be successful and create whatever it is that we want. In a nutshell, when you look at yourself in the mirror, acknowledge the fact that you are looking at an entrepreneur. So, what is an entrepreneur? A simple joy: find a seat in a mall or park or any place where people gather and use your powers of observation without being judgmental and notice people walking by. What do you see? How do they carry themselves? Are they at peace within themselves, or do they seem agitated? Do they appear lonely, or are they with others and seem happy? While you watch, become aware that everything you see played out before you is a product of choices and creations of the people living those lives. Now think of these people as entrepreneurs responsible for their own daily lives, family, friends, relationships, and love lives. Then you can realize that to a great degree, in their daily experiences each individual encounters, is due to the risks and initiative they take at a personal level. A common misconception is that being an entrepreneur is only about career, business, and finances. While that certainly is a large part of life's opportunity and challenge, it is only a small part of where you can apply your focus as an entrepreneur. It can also be in the areas of relationships, family, spirituality, friends, love life, health, or any combination, including other areas in your life that are important to you. So, in conclusion, who is an entrepreneur? The person in the mirror looking back at you, your friends, people you have already met and those you have not yet met. We are all entrepreneurs, or at least have the potential to become one. So, what does it take? It takes a willingness to take responsibility for one's choices. When you choose your North Star, as mentioned in a previous article, you are beginning to see your vision become a reality. We all have choices. What are your choices?
Here is our second answer to the question: what is an entrepreneur? The way this question is asked initiates a line of inquiry to find a persona. A commonly applied start in thinking is to exclusively look at the entrepreneur as a business owner, proactively engaging with and seeking value in the market. Describing what an entrepreneur is, so results in conceiving properties belonging to such a person exhibiting entrepreneurial acts like being a risk taker, having excellent networking skills, being a financial wizard, etc. However, there are two problems with this approach. Firstly, you're looking at behavioral characteristics or skill sets, which each actor is bound to have in more or less degree. This will never result in answering what is an entrepreneur. Secondly, exclusively observing the persona denies the fact that organizations, as in a group or network of people together, can also be labeled as entrepreneurial, without having someone who is specifically the entrepreneur. Defining the entrepreneur thus requires more than a trait-seeking exercise, just looking at individuals. I would say it makes more sense to first look at what defines entrepreneurship, and based on that conclude what an entrepreneur is. If you consider entrepreneurship, then you're looking at a function. So, let's look at this function. For one, this function involves decision-making. Entrepreneurship is an act of deciding what to invest in, what to market, how to beat the competition, how to innovate, etc. The entrepreneurship function is deciding what to do, and how to do it. However, a consultant is also involved in such decision-making. So we need to define something about entrepreneurial decision-making which makes it more than gratuitous business consultancy. I would suggest that entrepreneurial decision-making must come with certain consequences. Put your money where your mouth is the often heard expression. Entrepreneurial decision-making must be naturally tied to some form of asset ownership, having a stake in the results of decision-making, either through bringing cash, hard assets, or your time to the table. Lastly, the conditions under which decision-making takes place matter. Making benign decisions which lead to incremental efficiency gains are usually not associated with entrepreneurship, and rightfully so. Entrepreneurial decision-making more refers to a visionary decision or idea based on reasoning, which in the extreme can't or very limitedly transgresses the domain of personal subjective thinking. This condition involves a high level of uncertainty. Under this uncertain condition, nobody believes enough in the entrepreneur's vision to commit their own resources to the idea, or people think the vision is impossible to realize. Until the potential of the vision/idea is somehow proven, the entrepreneur will need to invest her own resources in demonstrating somehow that the idea is really bankable.
And now, here is our third answer to the question: what is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneurship has traditionally been defined as the process of designing, launching and running a new business, which typically begins as a small business, such as a startup company, offering a product, process or service for sale or hire, and the people who do so are called entrepreneurs. It has been defined as the capacity and willingness to develop, organize, and manage a business venture along with any of its risks in order to make a profit. While definitions of entrepreneurship typically focus on the launching and running of businesses, due to the high risks involved in launching a startup, a significant proportion of businesses have to close, due to a lack of funding, bad business decisions, an economic crisis, or a combination of all of these or due to lack of market demand. In the 2000s, the definition of entrepreneurship has been expanded to explain how and why some individuals, or teams, identify opportunities, evaluate them as viable, and then decide to exploit them, whereas others do not, and, in turn, how entrepreneurs use these opportunities to develop new products or services, launch new firms or even new industries and create wealth. Recent advances stress the fundamentally uncertain nature of the entrepreneurial process, because although opportunities exist, their existence cannot be discovered or identified prior to their actualization into profits. What appears as a real opportunity might actually be a non-opportunity or one that cannot be actualized by entrepreneurs lacking the necessary business skills, financial or social capital. Traditionally, an entrepreneur has been defined as a person who starts, organizes and manages any enterprise, especially a business, usually with considerable initiative and risk. Rather than working as an employee, an entrepreneur runs a small business and assumes all the risk and reward of a given business venture, idea, or good or service offered for sale. The entrepreneur is commonly seen as a business leader and innovator of new ideas and business processes. Entrepreneurs tend to be good at perceiving new business opportunities, and they often exhibit positive biases in their perception, i.e., a bias towards finding new possibilities and seeing unmet market needs, and a pro-risk-taking attitude that makes them more likely to exploit the opportunity.
Those were some amazing answers. Question of the day. On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult do you think it would be to succeed as a modern entrepreneur? Let me know in the comments section below and be a part of this community. I'd love to connect with you down there. And others in this community sometimes have the best tips, strategies, and advice, so definitely connect with the community in the comments section. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Definitely subscribe for more videos just like this. Okay, I told you at the beginning of this video that I'd give you something valuable for free if you stayed to the end. So, here it is. The Internet Marketer's Handbook. 79 actions that lead to huge results in your internet business. This is my 90-page, 17,000-word book with 79 critical actions for your internet business. Regardless of your level, the Internet Marketer's Handbook will guide you to the next one. This book sells for $197 on my website at theinternetmarketershandbook.com. Get your free copy by subscribing to this channel and joining our Facebook group. Links are in the description below. After you subscribe to this channel and join our Facebook group, you'll be given instant access to the Internet Marketer's Handbook. And you'll become a member of a valuable community of like-minded entrepreneurs with valuable insights and resources seeking the same thing you are. Go ahead and do it now while you're thinking about it.